meditation, and the meaning of life. This morning's lesson is drawn from my adaptation of the ninth passage of Dza Paltrul Rinpoche's Heart Treasure of the Enlightened Ones. Together, let's chant. In this dark age where people think and do is vile, none of them will help you, they could deceive and trick you. And for you to be of any help to them will be hard. Would it not be best to quit the whole rat race? So, what we have here is three ideas. The first one is other people. Not everyone is enthusiastic about cooperation and kindness. And many people are enthusiastic about competition and cruelty. In fact, in late-stage capitalism, that is lauded. Then it talks about our reaction to them. For you to be of any help to them will be hard. It is. This reminds me of a line I'm going to terribly paraphrase from the first Matrix movie. During a training sequence, when Morpheus explains to Neo, and most of these people we're trying to help, we can't help. They're hopelessly inured to the system we're trying to free them from. So would it not be best to quit the whole rat race? Remember, our job is not to be controlling. Our job is not to be controlling. It's to be laid back. It's not to be competitive. It's to be cooperative. It's not to be cruel. It's to be kind. That the meaning of life is found by being defined by the path of yin, by the path of being flexible, loving, laid back, egalitarian, lucid, cooperative, and kind. Please don't make the mistake I did. In my youth, I was taught not to practice mindfulness but concentration, and not to practice meditation but contemplation. That wound up causing blood to collect in the amygdala region of my underbrain, the seat of aggression and anxiety. Fortunately, eventually, I found people who could teach me the difference between concentration and mindfulness, between contemplation and meditation. When using those two tools, spontaneously and effortlessly, the blood ceased to collect around the amygdala and instead collected around the anterior cingulate gyrus, just a few centimeters behind the forehead, which functions as the seat of empathy. That is why the highest Dzogchen Lamas teach that the greatest love is spontaneous and uncontrived, the fruit of our mindfulness and our meditation. We cannot force loving kindness, but we can set the stage for it to flow effortlessly. And we do that by having a consistent and sustainable practice of mindfulness and meditation. I look forward to chanting and meditating with you. after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I spent more than 8 hours a day, every day, studying, practicing reverse engineering, and mastering the teachings and techniques of each sect of Buddhism so that you would not have to. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. This morning, let us play with the latest iteration of Chenrezig's very easy Dzogchen. Dzogchen literally means great completion stage. And we'll explore so basically it's just referring to awareness and letting go. Chenrezig refers to an archetype known in Sanskrit as Avalokiteshvara, known in Tibet as Chenrezig, and known in English, which translates into English as kind gaze. We treat this archetype not as a god to be worshipped, but as an archetype to remind us that we already possess within us an enlightened potential that no one can take away from us and that no one can give to us. We're going to flip-flop between mantra meditation and silent meditation, so it only makes sense to review the meaning of the mantra. So let's place our hands in the puckered palm position before our chest, and together let us chant. Om I invoke love's wish of healing morning jewel, and letting goes purifying, pay me lotus, whom may all beings master this path. And so now you have the basic thumbnail sketch of what the 6 syllables of this mantra mean. Let us bring the 4 bases of mindfulness, the circumstantial, the physical, the interpersonal, and the mental, into the path of love and letting go. This is known by many names, including generation or creation stage tantra, tantra mahamudra, mahayoga, or toka, which translates into leap over the duality of dread and desire. What we're going to do is this. During our in-breath, we're going to silently and mentally recite a loving wish. It's not our job to practice magic or to emote or to visualize or to believe. If all we do is play with words in harmony with our breathing, that is enough to exercise the neural pathways responsible for love. So what we're going to do is we're going to wish that all minds of all beings now be as wise as the mind of a real or imagined Buddha, symbolized by a 1-syllable mantra known in Tibet as tikle, and in Sanskrit as bija, and in English as seed mantra. So we take these ideas and we compress into something very concise. Bija wise for our minds. This is not an affirmation, it's just a loving wish. During our exhalation, we physically relax as best we can, while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. You might very well ask, why work with figures of speech if they're so damn clunky? And the reason is we evolved to think symbolically. And so the more we introduce or reintroduce figurative verbiage, the deeper and deeper we go into the inner recesses of our own mind. We're going to switch gears now from the mental to the interpersonal. And we're going to lovingly wish that each being's experience of the literal interpersonal, metaphorically known as speech or communication, would now be as loving as a real or imagined Buddha's communication, symbolized by mantra. Put it all together, and what do you get? Mantra love for all speech. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. We switch gears again from the interpersonal to the physical, and we lovingly wish that each body of each being now enjoy the beautiful health depicted in Buddhist art, the health pertaining to an archetype of enlightenment known in Sanskrit as Devi and known in Tibet as Yidam. So we're wishing that everyone has the health of a real or imagined Yidam as depicted in Buddhist art. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. We now exercise the neural pathway of love even further, switching gears from the physical to the circumstantial. And we wish that all beings circumstance or lots now have the good fortune or boon as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, known also as a Pure Land, or in Sanskrit as a Vati. Once again, we're using these the metaphor, the simile of a Buddha's paradise, because we're wired to respond to symbolic thinking. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Let's go back for a moment. Let's see here. So now it's my great pleasure to introduce you to silent meditation. And over the next several minutes, we're going to approach the essence of silent meditation as if we were climbing a 4-step ladder. We begin with the idea of a child's set of training wheels. Let's begin with the idea of mindfulness. Now, it's not our job. Well, let's go back. Every time we inhale, whether we know it or not, whether we mean to or not, we access the sympathetic nervous system, ensconced not within the 3-pound supercomputer between our ears, but in the spinal cord, specifically in the region that corresponds with our rib cage. It is wired not to support either extreme of mind blanking or concentration, but instead to support simply noticing, and doing so vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. The vulnerability latent within mindfulness is symbolized by the nudity of this archetype of meditation, described in Sanskrit as samantabhadra, samantabhadri, karma mudra. So remember, I told you our job is not to concentrate. So what is our relationship to the breath if we're not concentrating upon it? Simple. We're using breath the way a musical student would use a metronome. When we notice ourselves breathing in, we silently and mentally recite, perceiving this very turbulent play of mind. When we notice ourselves breathing out, we silently and mentally recite, relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature. Let's practice together right now. Quick-headed, please bear with me. All right, we're going to copy this and we're going to skedaddle forward. And hit paste. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So again, we're going to bring the 4 bases of mindfulness, this time into the ultimate path of love and letting go, where we emphasize letting go. One moment, if you please. Okay, thank you for your patience. So here's how it works. Every time we exhale, whether we know it or not, we wind up accessing our parasympathetic nervous system, which is ensconced within both the lower lumbar portion of our spinal cord, as well as the tippy top of our cervical region. It's wired to support both physical relaxation and mental release. And when we relax into our exhalation, whatever we noticed during our inhalation begins to feel less graspable. And so we're going to explore this in terms of our experience of the 4 bases of mindfulness: the mental, the interpersonal, the physical, and the circumstantial. So here's the basic idea that as we relax into our exhalation, whatever experience of perception, emotion, intention, thoughts, memory, or imagination we may be experiencing can begin to feel as if it was as a non-graspable, as a one-syllable mantra representing a Buddha's mind, a real or imagined Buddha's mind, comprised only of non-graspable light. That compresses down into one line: all minds clear yet void like bija. During our exhalation, we're going to physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. On a similar vein, we're going to explore that as we relax into our exhalation, as we relax into the recitation of our mantra, whatever experience of the interpersonal we might have perceived during our in-breath, the interpersonal being symbolized by speech, although it is quite resounding, as we relax into the mantra, our experience of the interpersonal could feel as if it was as non-graspable, as a Buddha's communication, as a mantra comprised, as a real or imagined mantra comprised only of light. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. So this applies to all relationships, great ones, crappy ones, and neutral ones, if there is such a thing. We turn now to the 3rd base of mindfulness, the physical. As we relax into the chanting of this mantra, whatever bodies of ourselves or others we might have experienced during the inhalation. Whoops, I got to type something first, quick. Give me a moment. All right, let's try that again. As we relax into the recitation of the mantra, whatever sensual experience we might have perceived during our in-breath could begin to feel as if it was as non-graspable as a real or imagined archetype or yadam comprised only of light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into the chanting of this mantra, whatever circumstances we might have seen during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined paradise comprised only of light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us remove the first of two metaphoric training wheels and look more deeply into meditation. As I mentioned several minutes ago, as we relax into our exhalation, whatever we notice during our inhalation could feel less graspable. It could feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Now, what is a real-world example of a non-graspable vast empty void? How about the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although is tantalizing to the eye, is not graspable to the hand? Perhaps that is why this archetype of enlightenment, described in Tibet as Kuntu Zangpo, Kuntu Zangmo, Yab Yum, is depicted as comprised of light, translucent, and non-graspable. As we breathe in, we could silently and mentally recite sitting tall, thus reminding ourselves to create or generate a vertical traction between our tush and our head. And as we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite relaxing. Now let us drag the spontaneous play of mind, kicking and screaming, into the path of awareness and letting go. This is known by many terms, including Dzogchen's Great Completion Stage, Sutra Mahamudra, Ati Yoga, and Trekcho's which translates into English as slicing through the duality of dread and desire. As we breathe in, we could silently and mentally recite, relaxing into the awareness of this. And as we exhale, we could physically relax as best we can, while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani me myung, 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 om mani me myung. Om mani me myung, 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 om mani me myung. Om mani me myung, 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 om mani me myung. Om mani me myung, 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 om mani me myung. As a fringe benefit of training in mindfulness and meditation, as I mentioned during the opening lesson, the blood that tends to collect around our anxious and aggressive amygdala disperses and then coalesces around our anterior cingulate gyrate, located just a few centimeters behind our forehead. It functions as the hub of our mirror neurons, the seat of empathy. Because this comes not from contemplation and contrivance, but as a fringe benefit of mindfulness and meditations, the Dzogchen Lamas teach, or the highest Dzogchen Lamas teach, that the greatest love is spontaneous and uncontrived. Perhaps that is why this archetype of enlightenment, which translates into English as all good one, father and mother in tantric union, are depicted as beautiful. As we inhale, let us silently and mentally recite, notice this. And as we exhale, let us silently and mentally recite, relaxing. Oh, do bear with me while I futz with the software for a moment. Okay, so I'm going to adjust the display of the software. Please bear with me. Okay, tally ho. Let's bring Lama Kyano's practice of calling the teacher from afar into Energy Work's path of bliss and letting go, which is known by many names, including completion stage, Bindu Mahamudra, Anu Yoga, and Tikle. Drop. So the wish is simple. Lama, come to this crown, and this is and helps us to bring our energy to the crown of our head. One moment, if you please. I must do a quick edit, an additional edit. And hit copy. 1, 2, 3, and hit paste. Now through the magic of the computer. Okay, let's continue. Om mani baby yung, 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 om mani baby yung. Om mani baby yung, 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 om mani baby yung. Om mani baby yung, 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 om mani baby yung. Om mani baby yung, 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 om mani baby yung. All right, one moment, if you please. Let us now perform the outer preliminary practices or Gondro. We breathe in, let us wish, may I notice others' stress. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. May I use cause and effect to benefit all. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. In change may I see the folly of clinging. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. May I make the most of these opportunities. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite sitting tall, remembering to generate a vertical traction between our tush and our head. As we exhale, let us silently and mentally recite relaxing. Let us practice the inner preliminary practices, or ngondro. I do apologize for the excessive editing, but sometimes life throws you a curveball, doesn't it? May I free all from the tyranny of hating, craving, and confusion. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. So the trick is, when chanting the mantra, to physically relax as best you can. May I rely on Buddha's example, instructions, and students. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Rather than indulging our defensiveness, we can put that same energy into, or redirect that same energy into learning from our mistakes. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. May I long to share all I have. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. All right, please bear with me. Copy. Paste. And let's see here. One moment, if you please. Or I should say, an additional moment, if you please. Paste. Excellent. All right. Well, that's just weird, isn't it? Let's go back over here. Okay. All right, thank you for your patience. I was having some real difficulties with this morning. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite, notice this. As we exhale, let us silently and mentally recite, relaxing. We're going to bring the practice of Guru Yoga or Lama Najor into the path of energy work that we might further train in bliss and letting go. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite, whoopsie, that's what we call an error. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite, Lama, come to this heart, thus guiding our energy. And as we exhale, let us relax into the recitation of the mantra. Om mani bimi 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 om mani bimi. One moment, if you please. Copy. Paste. Whoops. Copy. Paste. Paste. Oh, yes, what I should have done. That would have been much more efficient, don't you think? Here we go. Copy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great seal. Here we go. Paste. And delete. And here we go. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite the monosyllabic, let's try that again. Let us silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this, and as we exhale, let's silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease, which functions as a synonym of relax. Let us bring the experience of the four bases of mindfulness into the conventional path of love and letting go, where love is emphasized. This is known by many names, including generation or creation stage, tantra, mahamudra, maha yoga, or tokal, which translates as leap over. Jealousy and pride. And of course, the easiest way to leap over jealousy is by practicing love. Let's chant. May all minds of all beings know be as peacefully wise as the mind of the Buddha of law symbolized by a tickly one syllable zero bija mantra. Okay, un momento, if you please. Copy. And paste. So here's the trick, my friends. We took this big old 4-line wish and we're shrinking it down just like we washed wool in hot water. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and hit copy. All right, 1, 2, 3. Now that we've reached contemplative cruising altitude, together as a team, let us meditate as profoundly as Qui-Gon Jinn on Naboo. All right, we're going to hit Sutra Mahamudra. Well, that's just weird. Let's go back and try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, copy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now hit paste. There we go. Whoo! May all relationships of all beings know be as joyfully loving as a real or imagined Buddhist communication symbolized by the six-syllable mantra. Let's see over here. Proto-Zen, that is the phrase to remember. Om mani me me yung, 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 om mani me me yung. May all bodies of all beings know and show the beautiful health depicted in Buddhist thought. Of the blissful body of a yidam of low and archetype of enlightenment such as Chenrezig. Om mani me me yung, 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 om mani me me yung. Great coalescence. May all circumstances or loss of all beings now have the good fortune or boon, as a Buddhist ruler, imagine paradise per land of Auntie. Om mani me me yung, 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 om mani me me yung. Mahasandi. Welcome to the live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Let us bring the experience of the four bases of mindfulness into the ultimate path of love and letting go, where letting go is emphasized. How is it that as we exhale all lots of circumstances could appear quite vivid, yet as we relax into our exhalation they could feel as non-graspable of what is a real or imagined paradise or vati of light? Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Oh gosh, I made a mistake here. Let's see here. Shift. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to hit insert and copy. $28. Copy. As we inhale, our bodies or forms could feel quite sensual. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable or what is a real or imagined octopoiodom of light. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Copy. 1, 2, 3. Dzogchen's Great Completion Stage. Paste. DZOGCHEN. As we inhale the interpersonal experience of communication, our speech could sound quite resounding. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it could feel as not graspable of what is a real or imagined mantra of light. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Utmost unions. Let's try this and see if it works. I don't think it will, but let's find out. Paste. Okay. As we inhale, we could notice all minds, perceptions, emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings quite clearly. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable or void or real or imagined, be just inseparable of light. Om mani me yung, 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 om mani me yung. Ati Yoga's utmost union of mindfulness and meditation. Okay, let's give that a shot. Paste. And delete. Ati Yoga's. Oops. Utmost union of mindfulness and meditation. So this is kind of harem and scarum. This is not the This is not the best live stream I've done because of all this damn editing. But if you have any questions about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or their application, simply type your question in the chat window. Let us transcend the vertical duality of samsara and nirvana by metaphorically inviting all the real or imagined Buddhas, their paradises, and their denizens to dwell in the 84,000 pores of our skin, thus practicing the body mandala of duality's awareness and non-duality's release. As we breathe in, we can silently and mentally recite Buddhas come to these pores. And as we exhale, we could physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani me yung, 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 om mani me yung. One moment, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Going to slice through the duality of hope and fear. That might be easier. Let's hit that. Copy. 1, 2, 3. and paste. SLICETHRUGH, the duality of dread and desire. Let us bring the horizontal duality of us and them into the dance of impermanence and interdependence known as the yoga of inconceivability. Aha. Let's go back. There we go. All circumstances are lost, good bliss for the end, and permanently melt into rainbow light that interdependently absorbed into this body or form. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. All forms of bodies could bliss for the end and permanently melt into rainbow light that interdependently absorbed into this communication or speech. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. All interpersonal speech should bliss for the end and permanently melt into rainbow light that interdependently absorbed into this mind. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. All minds could bliss for the end and permanently melt into rainbow light that interdependently absorbs into our vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite astral sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which although tantalizing to the eye could be not graspable to the hand. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Copy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And let's hit paste and go back. Let's use the Tibetan word, T-R-E-K-C-H-O. Let's get fancy. What's this? This is 14. Okay, let's get fancy. Put a little oompa over here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now let us drag the spontaneous play of mind kicking and screaming into Slice Through's path of awareness and letting go. All right, let's get fancy and hit copy and go to the right. Let's hit paste. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. That's just odd, isn't it? Let's try that again. Okay. One. Okay. Paste. Let's seal this practice with a love that wishes for the universal mastery of Buddha's Eightfold Path. Ha. Okay, so quick like a bunny. I'm going over here. One, two, three, and four. Copy. One, two, three, and four. Paste. Delete. 2, 3. Okay, for 17th time is a charm. May all master letting go and love. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. May all master kind, communication, conduct, and commerce. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. May all master the effortless effort of love's centered spontaneity. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. And we conclude with the wish, may all master mindfulness and meditation. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10 hours, 10 and a, I guess approximately in 10 and a quarter hours, I look forward to leading today's evening meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the force be with you always.